Hey everybody, what's hoppin'? It's Sarah Bunny, and today's video is going to be on bringing your rabbit home for the first time and the first couple days bonding with them. This was requested by GlitterChick04. So these carriers are developed for small dogs and cats. They tend to be great for rabbits though, as they are very well ventilated. They have a front access point, and then they also can lift up, and you can take your rabbit out this way, which is easier on the rabbit than you carrying them physically. And they also are pretty cheap. I believe this one was around $20, but if you go to like Walmart, you can find these for about $10 to $15. I also like these carriers because they are so they're well made and they're sturdy, so your rabbit's gonna again feel secure, but you're not afraid of it all just popping off and falling out, or the rabbit being too heavy and it breaking or anything like that. They're very secure, and you can get them in many different sizes, so I'd recommend these plastic ones over the cardboard ones at the rescue or other places might. You're also going to want to line this with something that will give your rabbit a little bit of traction, because if you've ever used one of these, you know it's very slippery on the bottom, and fur on a plastic floor is going to be slippery. Grass mats such as these tend to work really well too, especially in the summer because it doesn't get too hot. You might have to fit it a little bit because I doubt it'll fit in there perfectly, but they tend to work really well because they have really good traction. And if your rabbit wants to chew a little bit because they're nervous, then they can, so that's also great. And it's not as hot as fleece if you were taking your rabbit home for the first time and it was summer. So that is what you bring your rabbit home in. Now we're going to talk about what to do when you first get home. So when you bring your rabbit home for the first time, odds are they're not going to want to come out and play like this little one. They're probably just kind of gonna check out the surroundings, look around their cage, smell all the new smells they're getting from your home, all those kind of things. So you want to make sure the rabbit feels secure. So I would leave the rabbit in the cage without bringing them out or opening the door for a day when your rabbit gets home. Make sure they have everything they need. If they run out of hay or anything, don't feel like, oh, I can't open the door. No, fill up their hay and things. But just make sure your rabbit has everything they need, but don't bother them too much. When you first bring them home, you're not going to want them in a wide traffic-y area like a living room or a kitchen. You're going to want them somewhere where they can be calm and smell all the smells and get used to everything before you introduce them to new things, such as like a guest room or any kind of bedroom is good. This does not mean outside. Rabbits tend to be better when they're indoors, but if you have to house them outdoors, that's a whole nother subject. But when you bring your rabbit home, they're most likely just going to want to stay in their cage, kind of look around. They're not going to want to play a lot probably. They might munch on some hay, drink some water. They might not want to eat tons, and that'll just get better with time. They won't, if they stay like that, it's time to call a vet, but it's just, they are not going to feel secure right away because rabbits are prey animals, so it's going to take them quite a bit of time to get used to you. This will be easier if your rabbit is fixed when you get them, because they won't feel like they need to mark their territory or anything. You might see some normal behaviors such as chin rubbing, which is where they just take their chin and they rub it all over the cage. That's just a signal that they're marking their territory. It's not something to be wary about. They're just saying, this is my cage, so back off. They just are marking. It's a natural behavior, so don't be scared if they are rubbing their chin on the cage, because I know when I first got this new cage, Rosie was doing that as well. So the next thing is on how you should set up your cage before your rabbit comes home. When you first bring your bunny home, you're gonna not want to crowd the cage with a ton of toys. Normally it's good to give them a bunch of toys to have a bunch of exercise, but you don't want to overcrowd the cage, because then they're just gonna, it's gonna be too much new things for them. So if you can, the rescue you're getting them from, take a, as it might seem a little gross, but try to get a toy that they used, or some of their bedding, or some hay, the same hay they use, just so your rabbit can transition into it easier, because it'll have a familiar smell and they'll think, oh, this is home. So try to get some things that are really like the rescues, and try to make it feel like the rabbit is not in a completely new area, where that is a really hard thing to do, but your rabbit will eventually get used to the new area. Just make sure you transition them well. You don't want them to be overwhelmed by all these new things and the new smells and everything, because it's really hard for them to get used to it. As I've said many times, they are prey animals, so when they get into a new surrounding, they automatically think, okay, I have to mark my territory, and then I have to go hide and make a new house, and you don't want them to feel that stressed. So another tip is to add a bunch of hidey houses. And I know I said don't overcrowd it with toys. Well, hidey houses are really, really important, as the rabbit is gonna feel scared sometimes if you accidentally drop a pot or something along those lines, or you accidentally trip and make some noise, or you don't want the rabbit to think, oh, this is terrifying, I need to run and cower, or I need to run but there's no place to hide, what am I supposed to do, and then get all scared and stressed. You want them to have a place to hide, a place to get away to. Usually rabbits prefer places with more than one entrance exit, because they feel like, oh, natural instincts, if a predator goes, an owl or wolf or whatever, goes in that entrance, I can come out this entrance. Because in the wild, rabbits would have very complex hole systems, like tunnel systems underground. So you're going to want to add extra hidey houses and make sure everything is just very, very not scary, and try to add extra hides and make sure things are familiar. Also, if wherever you get your rabbit from, ask what bedding they are using, and for the first and maybe get a bag of the same bedding, so your rabbit doesn't get overwhelmed with the new bedding. These things might seem like small ideas, but the rabbit is a very sensitive animal. In fact, they can die from getting too stressed. So just do all your research, set up the cage, and you should be fine. So the last thing we're going to talk about is kind of getting your rabbit used to you and making them want to come and play with you and get pet and make them feel like they are at home. So rabbits don't understand basically consequences or negative things, so you're just gonna have to give them positive reinforcement. So if your rabbit needs to sniff you like this every time you pet them, it's okay, let them do that. And the first time you look at your rabbit, they might not want to get pet right away. They might just want to kind of hang out in their cage. So the best way to do that is positive reinforcement. So you might be like, oh, well, yeah, rabbits just love towels. No, in this towel I have a bunch of herbs. They are very healthy treats for rabbits. Well, some of them can just be fed as vegetables, but some aren't. So learn that. But I wouldn't use these kind of treats, the store-bought treats, on bonding because it's a lot of sugar and your rabbit doesn't need that. So just kind of hold it open. Sorry, Rosie isn't a very good test subject. She's willing to eat anything. It might take a few days before they eat out of your hand. If they don't do that, make sure you just lay it kind of right in front of them. Just kind of lay it there, and your rabbit will take to eating it. Rosie was never really a hard rabbit to transition or anything. She was actually far from it. Actually, on the way home, she did a flop the first time I brought her home in her little box I brought her home in. And also, I got her on a Sunday. She ate from my hand she was eating from my hand all the time on the next day, which is not normal for a rabbit, so don't expect them to be this easy. I just got really lucky, I guess. But rabbits do like all that kind of stuff. If your rabbit isn't eating from your hand, don't be mad. Don't get angry at the rabbit. It's not the rabbit. It's just, okay, maybe they don't like the herb, or maybe they're just a little scared. Just keep placing it in front of them. There's really no set time limit before your rabbit is like 100% used to you. You're just going to have to test things out and hope it works. All rabbits are completely different. No rabbits are the same by any means. They, some take longer, some take a few days, some take a few weeks, some take a few months, and some might not be fully comfortable with you for a year or two. So don't be patient. Rabbits are very nice animals, and once you get to know them and once you get to love them, you will love a rabbit unlike any other pet. They are so unique and they're so funny, and you'll get to know their personality, and hopefully you will just fall in love, because I know that's what I did with my rabbit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you to GlitterChick04 for requesting this video. I have some more requests, so hopefully I'll get those up soon. Sorry this was a longer video, but I just wanted to help you as much as I can because she said she was getting a new rabbit soon, so I wanted to get this up ASAP. Again, thank you for watching. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and keep hopping. Bye.